Hi YouTube, this is VidHead85 and I want to talk a little bit about the woman, Miss Karen, the bus monitor or bus aide as most people would call them, and how she was basically verbally assaulted. It was like a verbal barrage from these kids who were talking about her flab, who were saying that her family probably killed themselves to get away from her, that after she simply replied with, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, and they said, how about you shut the fuck up? I think that that calls for creative discipline, and this is what I think it should be. First of all, my kids won't have a computer in their room. We'll have a family one. And everything in their room should be taken out except the bed and the dresser. Anything on the wall, take that down. All I want to see is bare wall. That's it. No phone, no anything. No nothing. No phone, especially no phone. And then even disable everything except the calling features. So I would do that first and foremost. Ass whooping precedes all of that. Next, you are going to, your summer is gone. You don't have a summer anymore. You will be working in a retirement home. You will be working with the troll that you thought you never turn into. In fact, if you ever hope to get that far in life, that is where you'll be working this whole summer. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and after 4 o'clock, you come home, you do chores. You don't have a life. You don't have a summer. Honestly, I would say 8 to 8, but child labor laws and things like that. But I think they can, or actually, they'll volunteer their time at a retirement home. That was totally uncalled for. Those kids are little monsters. And I wonder what the big monsters are thinking here. Because if anything, I understand that kids, see, as a teenager, you're forging an identity apart from your parents. You're forging an identity. You're searching for yourself. And sometimes, I don't care what anybody says, some of those kids have parents that will put their foot up their ass. And some of those parents have some of those kids have parents that don't care. Some of those kids the only reason that they even probably care now is, one, they heard their voice on the video, and two, it's gotten so much media sensation. But what if that was a disabled child? What if that was a gay kid? And a lot of times that happens more often, and it doesn't get sensationalized, or it's not sensationalized. It doesn't get the attention that this incident got. Not saying that that takes anything away from what happened, because that was something I wanted to go through the screen and beat every single one of those kids. I really wanted to, because here they are treating a woman as if she's less than. They're using her first name. My mom always said that if I were to address an adult by their first name, I would use Miss or Mr. Okay? Or if they said that was fine, if my parents, you know, if they said, oh yeah, they can call me this, okay, you can call them that. You know, and even with our cousins, when we were little, and we still do today, Cousin Nita, Cousin Pookat, Cousin Tootie. We always preface that with who they were to us, because of the fact that that was a sign of respect. And now with honorific titles, for lack of a better term, not being used much anymore, a lot of people don't pay attention to the respect factor with it. But maybe that's going somewhere, maybe that's saying something, or maybe that's saying nothing. But the bottom line for me is, those kids, if they never got an ass whooping before, they should get one now. and their whole summer should be volunteering at a retirement home, volunteering with old people, because then they'll see the loneliness, they'll see some of what they were making fun of. And I also say, whoever poked fun at her flab, they should wear a fat suit for 10 months. That video lasted for 10 minutes. I say they will wear that for 10 months. And they will go around and see how people react to a person who is bigger. Because I will tell you, I've been there and I hated myself. I wanted to just eat and just choke on something and just die, because I didn't really care about myself. And even though I'm not saying that all bigger people are depressed, but that shows up, it's a struggle with weight. See, the way we look at weight in our society is weird. Marilyn Monroe would probably be considered full-figured now. There are so many women that looked very healthy. Not healthy as in, big, as in, as in fat, we shall say, but they were robust. They were very robust women, and they looked like they ate. They would be considered skinny probably by today's standards, but the thing is though that they were healthy. They looked healthy. So I say that kid, whoever said, hey, you're fat, or all of those kids, wear a fat suit for 10 months. I want you to take on the mentality of a bigger person. The stares, the snickers, the comments. This one woman who was a thick girl, she always made fun of bigger girls because she said, oh, if they want to lose weight, they'll do it. You can't shame anyone into losing weight. The best thing to do is encourage them. Go on walks together. Maybe work out to a DVD, or even say, you know what, this is a nice workout that I think you might enjoy. You can if you want to watch it for a few minutes and see if this piques your interest. I'll do it with you. You got to bring them along for the ride. But let me get back to these kids. These kids, I wonder what their parents are thinking. There was an article in the news about bullying, but the problem isn't just the kids. Those kids grow up into adult bullies that bully people as a manager, that bully people as a coworker, that bully people in many aspects of their life. You can have a strong personality, but that does not excuse you being an asshole to everyone. So, with that said, my thoughts are simply, I think that creative discipline is in order. It's overdue for them. But the first thing we have to understand is, how do we encourage bullying in our everyday lives, and what can we do to stop that? What can we do to stop ourselves from showing an example to those children who bully that Miss Karen? What can we do in our everyday lives to say, hey, not only say it, but do it? Because a lot of times we will say stuff, do as I say, not as I do. It's not a good mantra for anybody, because it simply says, well, hey, don't smoke. And then you're like, but you're smoking, so why do you tell me not to do it? So that's another point there. We gotta take the parents and adults have to take the initiative to stop bullying wherever it occurs, at family get-togethers between kids, wherever it occurs. Because if we groom them to where they understand that pushing people around is not okay, then we can prevent another incident like this. We can prevent another Jamie Rodemeyer. We can prevent another Asher Brown, another Billy Lucas, another Raymond Chase, another Zachary Harris. Now, while these are all gay kids that have committed suicide, there are also so many other kids who have been victimized. And There's no cause, there's no reason for it. Kids can be cruel. And we gotta, the one thing that we also have to do is we have to not only just stand up to the bullies in our lives, but the bullies that we vote for. If you're voting for a person like Chris Collins, he is a bully. I don't care. You can call him county executive. You can call him whatever you want. You can call Walker the same thing. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, they're bullies. And what do we do with bullies? We punish bullies. We beat them up. Because eventually that's what's going to have to happen. You have to beat up a bully. A bully can't hit you if his arm's in a cast. Bully can't kick you if their leg is in one either. Now this may seem some strong words, but the only reason the only way usually to make a bully stop is to go bonkers on him or her. Because let's also acknowledge the fact that women are bullies too. Women are also perpetrators of domestic violence as well against men and women. So let's also take it there. We gotta start from the state house to the federal state houses as well. When we hear stuff like, you know, the VAWA renewal, where they said, you know, about illegal immigrants, that was their whole thing. Or excuse me, undocumented persons, because I hate illegal immigrants, because we're all illegal immigrants. We were just born here and we document that we were here. That's all. So there's a fund for Karen, and I'm really glad that she's able to retire with it. But we really have to do, there's got to be something done. I really don't know what really, other than training, but also all the bully training in the world won't do a thing if there is not an atmosphere that shows zero tolerance for bullying. Now, mostly I talk about sexual orientation and bullying because of the fact that it's one of the main factors that are used. You know, but a skinny kid with glasses can be bullied just as easily too. But he can go home to somebody. He can go home to his parents and they'll understand. Many gay kids cannot. And you know, it's a whole nother dimension of that too. But with this, if we don't start creating a culture where bullying is not acceptable, where you can be assertive, but where you draw a clear line between what's assertive and what's being just uncensored ass, a clear line where that is, then I think that we can prevent incidents like this. But also we need to have training, we need to have discussion, but we need to step in when it's happening. And it's really tough because sometimes you don't know if you should or if it's your business. The problem is when anyone is being victimized, it is our business, even if we shirk the responsibility. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this. Honestly, I say ass whooping and creative punishment, exactly what I outlined in the beginning of the video, so that they will know. I want them to experience what Karen felt. I want them to experience everything, and I want them to experience it over a long period of time, so that they could think twice before they call someone old or flabby, or that they want to urinate all over their house or egg their house, that they want to do all these different things. I want them to experience that exact same thing, because then and only then will they actually be able to take a look and take stock at what they really did. I feel sorry for those kids' parents because they have to go through seeing this on display. But more importantly, I feel that if we as a culture don't make this known, that bullying is not acceptable, and we stand up to legislators that will say that you can bully as long as it's a religious opinion, or you can't, or they victimize a unpopular minority like gays and lesbians, then we're really allowing a grown-up version of what happened to Kara. So again, rate, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.